Hi, beautiful people, and I am back. I received so much positive feedback on my video, the first Instagram TV video that I did. So I decided to make like a series and to do this as often as I feel a calling or a need, or you feel a need. You can also text me, DM me, send me anything you like, questions, if you have a topic. Um, what I want to say this time is that, sorry, I received a lot of questions around medicine, which is supernatural. And I thought, my immediate thought was, okay, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert. This is not my area. And then I thought, what good has the actual experts done for me? What good information, advice, support did I receive from the medical community when it comes to my mental health? And I would say, apart besides from a prescription of antidepressants, I would say zero. And that is so, it's so sad, but for me it's the truth. And unfortunately, I think it's the truth for many of us. So I decided, I was at the gym and I decided, okay, maybe it's better that someone who is not an expert shares a little around medicine and why it's important for people who are suffering from mental health issues, depression, it can be ADHD, and I'm definitely not an expert in that field because I don't have ADD or ADHD. I don't have Asperger's syndrome, or I'm not bipolar. So the only area that I know a lot about is depression, and I think it goes into most mental health diagnosis somehow, because it makes us feel different, perhaps inferior, and so on. So I'm going to make like a little series about medicine from my non-expert point of view. And the first is like, why take medicine? Why? What's the point? Why should we do it? And for me, I refused medication for as long as I possibly could. Why? Because I did not believe in it. Why didn't I believe in it? Because I didn't know what it would do for me. Maybe I didn't want to be diagnosed with depression, so I refused to take any medication, because as long as I wasn't diagnosed, as long as I didn't medicate, I didn't have a diagnosis. So when I was 26, I refused to take it. My mom, she really wanted me to take it. Maybe that was an issue for me also. It was because she wanted me to take it that I refused. I don't know. There were reasons anyway, and I didn't take it. But 7 years ago, I was prescribed antidepressants for the first time, and I took them. What it did for me was that after a couple of weeks, perhaps a month, I write about this in my book, I began to wake up in the morning with a completely different feeling. And everyone who knows of these negative thoughts, that you feel that there is something, that there is something deeply wrong with you. You are kind of the error in your community, in your family, at school, in social gatherings and so on. You are the error. You are the one who doesn't function like everyone does. You are the black sheep, or there are so many different labels that I put on myself. And when I began to eat medicine, it's like those labels slowly left me. And I felt like, I remember when I woke up and my thought was, is this how normal people live their life? Is this how they wake up in the morning? Is this the feeling they have when they wake up? That the negative thoughts doesn't attack you as soon as you wake up. And it was this feeling of peace, of being okay, my self-confidence was elevated, and I realized that it enabled me to take steps that were good for me. Because when the negative thinking was reduced, I was able to be proactive. And as long as I was full of these negative thoughts, which are like a major symptom of depression, when they disappeared slowly, like week by week, by month, they didn't vanish, of course, but the voice became less loud. I was able to, have constructive thinking. I was able to dig into and do research. Why am I like this? Why does this happen to me? I was able to change my diet, to start to eat less sugar. After a year, I was able to drop alcohol. I've been drinking since I was 14, and now I've been sober for 5 years and 4 months, and the medicine helped me to do that. And for me, there are so many positive side effects, if you say side effects of medicine. I say to my sister, I say that this, when it comes to medicine, I'm going to talk about different kinds of medicine, since I'm an expert. I use Google, and I really like to know. I think knowledge, and to know your enemy, and to really get to know this phenomena and the chemistry and so on, is crucial. It's super interesting. I really like cause and effect. Why? I'm an inventor. I want to know how things work. I love construction work. I love prototyping. And it's the same with mental health. I want to know how it works. Anyways, the medicine for me, I've always eaten the same kind, the same doses, 10 milligram of something that is in Swedish called escitalopram. I didn't swap, I didn't change, and we're going to talk about that in another video, but it does the work for me. It changes my chemistry enough so I feel less worthless. My sleep is very good. My negative thinking goes down. My self-love and self-confidence elevates. I feel more peaceful. So the medicine, what it does to me, it enables me to function for me instead of working against me. And I understand that if you're suicidal and you don't take medicine and you refuse to take medicine, I totally feel you. I totally understand, because when you are suicidal, you don't want to die. You don't want to take steps to survive. The thing is that is because you believe that life will never get better than this. And the thing is that with medication, life gets better. It's not like you eat medicine and you stay at the suicidal spot. Things change, because when you are suicidal, your amount of pain is too much, and it has a lot to do with chemistry, with cortisol, adrenaline and stuff. It's a lot of chemistry that has gone wrong, and the suicidal thinking, the negative thoughts, to me, they are never the truth. Never. if chemistry goes like bananas in our body, which it does when we become depressed, it affects our thinking and we end up in an illusion. What we are thinking is not true. It's like if I would take LSD, which I never had, if I would take that and I would see things, if I would see the world differently, would I believe that to be the truth? No, I would know when I snap out of it, I would know that that was an hallucination. For me, it's the same with depression, that the negative thinking that we have when we are under the effect of the errored chemistry in our body, those negative thoughts, it's actually an illusion. It's not the truth about us. And for me, what medication can do is to set things right. And it enables us to begin to live in reality. And reality is the place. It is the place where we are loved, where we are welcome, where we are as we were born. When we came into this world and it was like, welcome, a new soul, a new baby. Maybe that didn't happen to us. But the thing is that that is still inside of us, and that's the truth. So for me, what medicine can do for us, and that's why I really, really want people, everyone who is severely depressed and have suicidal thoughts, because that's part of a deep depression, try medicine. And if the first one doesn't work, you swap to a different one. It's like we are so unique. My chemistry is my chemistry. I've been like this for years. Maybe you have been depressed for 6 months, I don't know. But it really is the level where you feel like, I can't live like this anymore. I really, really beg you to try medicine. It's really like, the thing is that medicine alone is not gonna do a super mega trick. We need to add stuff also, but without medication we are stuck in this severe pain, and it's so difficult to change anything. It's so difficult to do anything from this spot. So about that. And for me, not being an expert, but I believe that I'm gonna go into and out of depression my whole life. It's like I have a cold every now and then. It's like, okay, I got a runny nose, the blocked nose, I get a cough, Henry's walking, and it's really, it comes and it hits me the same way always. My depressions, they are often triggered by a negative event, which is difficult for me to handle emotionally. And I know at times I need to go on medicine. I need to take medicine again. And it's not like a failure. It's just like, okay, I'm being proactive at times also. When I feel like, oh, this might affect me hard, what happened right now. Maybe I should begin to medicate for a few months to just, make it easier for me to stay with joy for living instead of going down. Because for me, I don't want to spend an hour in that spot. That is the truth. But I no longer fear depression because I have a lot of resources. I know how to, the more I learn, and for me this is also for you, the more you learn about it, the more you can be proactive. It's like, okay, I have a cold, I feel it coming, or someone else has a cold, my daughter has a cold. I'm like, okay, vitamin C, tea with honey, good sleep, rest, perhaps take long walks in the nature, repeat next day, see if I can, ginger, garlic, whatever remedies you use, I use, I try them because I don't want to have a cold. And it's the same with depression. I don't want to be depressed. I love being happy. I love feeling at peace. So I hope this is helpful, especially for those of you who haven't tried to medicate and is full of negative thinking, and to just go and investigate a little and try it. It's not a failure, it's support. It's really help and support, and it doesn't mean you need to be on them forever and ever. Maybe you want to be, I don't know. I have a fucked up chemistry. I was born that way, and I don't deny it anymore. I just say, okay, this is me, this is who I am. I have like a little interior illness, a chemistry, chemical imbalance. I have some genes that are not, variations that affect me, and that's my being. It's like, this is how this being works, and I can't compare with you. I can't try to live your being's life. I can't say, okay, but that person doesn't need to take any medication. That person is never depressed. That person is super successful and, never have any conflicts, or that's not me. I work with this material. You work with your material. And I am here to support you. I'm going to share more. I think I'm going to do one more video right now and just swap clothes. Just maybe swap dog also. I have Sammy here today. Okay, see you in a little bit. Then we're going to talk about, I think, different types of medicine and what they actually do, from this expert point of view. Okay, I love you. I hope you have a blessed day. Oh, did you see The Handmaid's Tale? It's like the best. But I don't like that I say blessed day. So I say puss. Instead, puss means kiss in Swedish.